My Royal Rogues, this is why I tell you that you have to follow me on Twitter down below. There you have it, my Twitter. I tweeted this at 7:22 p.m. today, this evening. Buckingham Palace's actions towards Lady Susan Hussey guarantee that the Harkles will be invited to the coronation. Save this tweet. And guess what? Not 1 or 2 hours later, we got the confirmation in the Telegraph that Prince Harry and Meghan will receive invitations to King's coronation. How about this? I am the Royal Whisperer. Follow me. I can break things before everybody else. Royal family will not respond to calls for Duke and Duchess of Sussex to be stripped of titles in attempt to maintain dignity. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex will be invited to the coronation of King Charles III despite their public criticism of the royal family, the Telegraph has learned. The Sussexes, who used their Netflix documentary to make a series of serious allegations against the palace and their family, will be included in the ceremony on May 6 if they wish to attend. Neither Buckingham Palace nor Kensington Palace has responded to claims made in the series, including that the Prince of Wales screamed and shouted, and not in a Beatles song way, at his brother and briefed the media against him. They await further disclosures in Prince Harry's memoir on January 10. The palace will also not respond to public calls for the removal of the couple's titles. It is understood, despite growing demands from critics for them to stop using Duke and Duchess of Sussex in their new lives. Sources have said working members of the family intend to maintain dignity in the face of public criticism, continuing their engagements without further comment. In other words, good old never explain, never complain. But will it work this time? On Friday, the king danced with Holocaust survivors, including Anne Frank's stepsister, during a visit to a Jewish community center in North London. Lady Susan Hussey, the late Queen's longest-serving lady-in-waiting, who resigned following a race row, also met the domestic violence campaigner she was accused of interrogating in order to apologize in person. And I made a video with my statement that this is a huge mistake from Buckingham Palace, and you can watch it here in my Royal Road channel. The coronation will take place at Westminster Abbey, conducted by the Archbishop of Canterbury. King Charles III will be crowned alongside the Queen Consort, with the details of the involvement of other senior members of the royal family to be confirmed closer to the time. The Telegraph understands that the Sussexes have not yet received a formal invitation in common with others, but a source said all members of the family will be welcome, even the traitors, I don't know how many ways to call them, but after all that they said on the horror-mentary, you know that this is gonna look very bad on King Charles, even if Harry is still his son, because, you might remember that Harry attacked not only the royal family, but also the Queen and her legacy. He attacked the monarchy and he attacked the British public, so, it's a big deal. The Prince of Wales is known to be closely involved in the planning, but it is unclear whether the Duke of Sussex will play a formal role. I can just imagine William and Catherine, and imagine Harry and Meghan in the same place, like the former Walkabout. I don't know. That would be insane. The date of the coronation falls on the birthday of the Duke's son, Archie Mountbatten Windsor, who will be turning 4. The family, who live in California, previously made a trip to Britain for the late Queen's Platinum Jubilee, but the 2 young children did not fly over with the Duke and Duchess for the funeral. And here we have, do you think Prince Harry and Meghan should attend the King's coronation? And I say no. Let's see, I'm going to vote no. And 84% of the people said no, and 16% say yes, from 2,000 votes on the Telegraph. The royal family has this week been determined to present a united front. declining to comment on the 6 episodes of the Duke and Duchess Netflix documentary. One source said the focus was on retaining dignity without being drawn in a never-ending cycle of trying to have the last word. Well, whatever. Following the release of the first 3 episodes of the documentary on December 8, there were calls for the couple to be stripped of their titles. The most recent episodes, released on Thursday, saw Prince Harry disclose to the Netflix documentary makers that he had told the royal family he and his wife were willing to relinquish their titles. Go ahead, there's still time. If their proposal to move to Canada and adopt a different way of working did not work out. That was the plan, he said. Senior political sources are now urging the Duke and Duchess to simply stop using their titles rather than force Buckingham Palace to Privy Council to remove them. They will not do it because they have to grift on those titles over and over again, even if they are spilling all this dirt on the royal family, because that's their business. One conservative MP who did not want to be identified said if they want to use the titles, they should have more respect for the institution. Oh no, you don't say. They are trashing their family whilst using titles handed to them by that family. Have some self-respect. The Telegraph understands the royal family believes that to remove the Duke and Duchess's titles will be unnecessarily punitive. I mean, what the F? What is this? One source familiar with the couple's exit discussions said it was never on the table, adding it is more than clear that they are independent now overseas. But independent and overseas, the PR machinery that they are operating is gonna mark a dent on the royal family's reputation, because this is the woke brigade that we're talking about. And Ngozi Fulani, or Marlene, or whatever her name is, it's just the tip of the iceberg if the royal family and the king allow this to, well, just open the floodgates of this kind of attacks. You have to ask what damage it is causing the institution. The HRH is different, as it suggests they are working on behalf of the monarchy. A dukedom does not. Well, social media and the woke brigade doesn't care about your title. Another said of forced removal of the Sussex title. I don't think it's something the palace would even consider. Speaking in the documentary of the challenges experienced during their time the working royal family, the Duke insisted he and the Duchess now plan to move on. Yeah, move on, but still, doing all this. I already talked about this, and well, here's what we got. And I broke that first on my Twitter account, and I will tell you what is going to happen in the upcoming episodes of the Royal Rogue. So, my Royal Rogue is, remember to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel if you want to, well, be on the edge of what is happening with the royal family and what we're gonna be going through next year with the coronation, with this pair book and whatnot. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue, and remember, much love and bliss.